On to you Scorpios out there. So let's get into it. You Scorpios have the 10 of Pentacles, the Star, and the 9 of Swords here. There you go. So there's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. Tarot readings, birth chart readings, the books that I have that are on Amazon. Appreciate it if you would get the books, get the readings, whichever one you want. Thank you in advance. So for you Scorpios, right? Let me take a step back. Let me see what's going on. Like it is, I said before, the 10 of Pentacles represents the addition by subtraction. And what I mean when I say addition by subtraction is you Scorpios are very much so aware of how people can run game. So it's going to be very difficult for others to kind of run game on you. The Star card and the 9 of Swords represents you really do hope that other people somehow get their stuff together so that you can essentially date. Oh, got you. Caught my dog. Guess my dog was trying to go somewhere, but whatever. Anyway, good thing I got fast reflexes. Anyway, the Star card and the and the 9 of Swords here is about how it is that, you know, you Scorpios really do hope that other people get their stuff together, because if they don't, you know, you may end up having to be single, or you may not ever, or, right, you may be still dating around, but you may not ever actually find, you'll have to excuse the noise in the background, but you may not ever actually find someone that you can really date. Because for you Scorpios, a lot of you are looking around and you're like, oh, there's not a lot of people to actually be able to call themselves my significant other, because it just seems like so many other people are just fixated on trying to finesse, fleece, rob, con others, right? Send someone off, misdirect someone into getting everything that they can and feeling good about themselves and throwing a parade and a party, right? So a lot of you Scorpios using your own street smarts and your own common sense, because a lot of you Scorpios tend to be street smart, because a lot of you tend to go through a lot of intense situation, right? On a regular, right? Regularly. You know, some of you Scorpios may not have had to go through a lot, but you've been through, you know, you Scorpios who have, you'll know what it is I'm talking about. So now the Chariot and the 4 of Cups now is about how it is that you see how messed up things are. A lot of you Scorpios see how messed up things are becoming. So a lot of you, you know, the 4 of Cups, you know, you're dating, but you really want to date with the intention of potentially getting to know somebody else. You don't really want to date having to be in a particular situation where you date someone that you Scorpios thought was a very good person at first, and then this person turns out to be not like that. They're not a good they're not a decent person at all. They don't really have any kind of character to them that is likable. So a lot of you Scorpios just end up, you know, you end up with a pretender, someone who is a fake that you're in a relationship with, and then the next thing you know, they talk about how it is that they want out. And people are still talking about marriage. I don't know why it is that people are still talking about marriage. If you ask me, marriage should happen on a spiritual basis, where it's like the two of you agree that the two of you are together. But to say, you know, run down to the courthouse and get this marriage thing done, y'all know my own particular perspective on it. But this whole marriage situation, a lot of you Scorpios yourselves are looking at the marriage situation and like, is that something that, you know, you Scorpios are beginning to ask yourselves with this 4 of Cups, you know, is marriage something that you would even really want to consider? Because it's not your fault, but you can't even get through relationships with others. You can't even last that long when it comes to relationships with others. And it's not necessarily you Scorpios' fault. What it is that you're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Because people who like to play mind games, they always want you to think of it in a gray area, right? They always want you to think of things in a gray area. Like, oh, even though I did this messed up stuff in the past, you Scorpios shouldn't judge me. So you Scorpios are like, yeah, and people who play mind games tend to get away sometimes, in the past at least, with technicalities. Like, you're right. I can't really be upset at you and judge you too harshly, because there is a such thing as redemption. You can't be like, oh, if you've been to jail, or if you did this messed up stuff, or cheated, or if you've done this, then you're a rotten apple for the rest of your life. That doesn't work like that. We got Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? We got plenty of other people, but mostly people use the whole Malcolm X thing as their first go-to. So you're trying to see what's going on, and you're not necessarily seeing what's really the obvious choice out here. And the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands now represents how a lot of you, the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands, come here. Come here, baby. Why you getting on so? What's wrong, baby? Why you getting on so? Anyway, she's okay. She's all right. I promise you, she's okay. I just bought my dog a new leash the other day, literally yesterday. Anyway, so the Eight of Wands and the Five of Wands now represents how, your life is better without others around this time, because you don't have to pay twice for something that you can pay once for. And you don't have to feel like you have to be pressured into paying for anything that you personally wouldn't want. See, a lot of times, the zodiac signs here on my channel, especially you Scorpios, because I'm talking to y'all right now, y'all may be thinking like, this is a terrible reading. Like, what is going on with this? It's like, no, what it is that you Scorpios are not paying attention, or you may not be paying attention to the value of how being single, a single Scorpio, can actually really help you out. Because the Magician now represents how a lot of you Scorpios, the Magician can represent Scorpio, Virgo, or Gemini. Period, right? So the Magician obviously represents you Scorpios. And it's like, once again, a lot of you Scorpios are sitting back looking at it in the bigger picture, and you're like, these relationships don't really offer you a whole lot. And that's what it is that I'm talking about, because you Scorpios now are starting to come to the realization of how your mindset needs to be, wink, wink, hint, hint, when it comes to interacting and getting into relationships. Both sides should benefit. Both sides should benefit, and it should not be transactional either. And sometimes people will be like, well, how do you do that? Easy. You have to care first. See, the problem is that what makes it transactional, part of what makes it transactional, is the fact that these people don't care about you Scorpios sometimes when they're getting with you. Sometimes they do, but then they end up feeling like they gotta perform on some social media stuff, because so many people want to be pretenders and performers. Everybody, since the advent of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, everybody wants to be celebrities. Everybody wants to, be the next Omalay. Everybody wants to be Beyonce. Everybody wants to be Jay-Z. Everybody wants to be Nas, Biggie, Tupac, Big Pun, Fat Joe. Everybody wants to be these people, right? But then at the same time, it's like, okay, but they don't have talent. And what are they trying to gain all this notoriety and reputation for? Just so that they can achieve likes and stuff like this on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? So people put on an act, people put on a fronting show. Like, it's like you can tell that they're trying to put on an Academy Award winning performance. It's fake. It's fickle. It's fake. It's like hyper done. You know what I'm saying? Like hyper done. So a lot of you Scorpios are sitting back and you're like, maybe this is a good time for you to kind of still, date around, test the waters and stuff like this. But for the main part, just kind of see what is out here and adapt to the situation. Yes, that's what you do. The Eight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles is because that's ultimately your best plan. If a person is decent, right, and they have character, as you're dating them over the course of time, as you're playing the field, then you will take them seriously. Because they're showing you that they have some values to them. They have a spiritual value as the foundation. So as a result, you Scorpios understand that these are the type of people that you can call wifey type, husband type, or hubby, or whatever, whatever, hubby or wifey type, these nicknames, bae, all these nicknames, and actually be able to build with them. And the thing about it is that the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles here is about how it is that a lot of you Scorpios, you're looking for that one special person though. But at the same time, I'm going to keep it real with you Scorpios. Y'all are going to have to actually look. Because what did it say in the good? Now, I'm not like that, but I'm kind of paraphrasing these things to kind of get to have y'all understand my analogy. What did the good book say? It says that finding someone who's a good match, basically, is worth more than diamonds, is worth more than gems, because they're trying. What is it implying? It implies that it's rare that you find someone that actually cares about you as the bedrock of the relationship, that has a healthy level of compassion about you and about things in general, right? That isn't an idiot. That isn't caught up with greed. You understand what I'm saying? So let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Three of Cups. I was just thinking about something. The Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Two of Cups. The Nine of Swords look good, but anyway, I was like, yo, the person on this Nine of Swords, their silhouette is banging. But anyway, the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords, right? The Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords is all about how so the Seven of Pentacles is a person that is looking to see if you can, if a person can be built. So you must look for that in a person that's looking for the same thing within you. So you Scorpios will get a chance to date others because you're still looking, very much so. And the thing about it is that the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords right here represents you Scorpios staying away from the party life though. If anybody comes to you and they have that type of party mentality, you will stay away from them because you're not looking for someone that is looking for attention or looking for love, quote unquote, in all those wrong places, right? They're going to a club of all places. It's like you don't go to club, like people lack so much game, it's not even funny. You don't go to clubs for for love. You do go to clubs for parties. You go to clubs to get banged out. You know what I mean? The Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles represent. So a lot of you Scorpios are choosing to free yourselves from the rat race of thinking that everybody is going to be out here looking for the same thing. So the Nine of Pentacles represents, you're not leading with your wallet first, but at the same time, you're looking to see if other people will lead with their wallet, or if they're looking for one. And the Two of Cups, this is what it is that you're looking for. But this is something that's going to have to actually be built.